Okay, so we got Jared and Jim all the way from Northern Ireland, and that as we just heard, they do get snow, but not much, and they really don't know how to shovel snow, and they actually probably don't want to learn. It's like me learning to vacuum. You know, I don't want to do it, but anyway, they're here to help us out because we got a fair amount of snow here. I think we got about 15 centimeters today, and we actually have a snowblower, and I'm not good on machines. I don't know what the governor is. I didn't even know it had a governor. And this snowblower we have is a little temperamental, and it needs to have somebody who knows who the governor is, and that's Jared, right?
Nope.
Oh, I thought you were expert on machinery.
Yeah, no, we bet. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. See how we get on.
Okay, so if you cause injury to the snowblower, it's Jared's fault. Okay.
No liability accepted. No liability accepted.
Okay, because
John, I sue him fence.
okay, but you know what, Al, he doesn't trust me with the snowblower because I got revs too high and all that, so I'm not allowed to use it.
Okay.
So I have to use the other stuff.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to look at the other gear for those who don't have snowblowers like myself. And if it's not very much snow, we don't bother with a snowblower, right? So here we have, now we got some basic stuff over here, of course. This is, you guys are familiar with this. Show us this one, Jim. This is, of course, the shovel, right? Now, that's your most basic piece of equipment, snow shovel. Even you guys probably have one of those in Ireland, eh?
We have, yes.
And how do you start it?
Well, that's the thing. There's no problem starting it. No, you don't have to worry about gas or the governor or anything. Okay, this one we know how to work that one. Now we only use this if there is like some ice or something that needs to be scraped up, or a little bit of tiny bit of snow. Rarely do we use that, but it's important if there's ice, then we can scrape it up and then come along with the next unit. So we're not going to use this guy today, probably. So I'll put him over here.
But if you have a little ice,
Right.
you don't put salt down.
Oh, we do the chemistry too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, you know, being a chemist, you know, it's better to let chemistry do it to your work instead of you getting out there with the pick and shovel, right?
So why use a shovel when you got the salt?
Well, okay, good question, Jared. Very sharp, okay?
Yeah.
Most people would let that go. Okay, you guys are smart from Northern Ireland. Because what I'm saying is, yeah, you're right. If there's just a little bit of ice, we don't go with the shovel. We just go with the salt. Now, I'm just going to ask you a little chemistry question here, boys. I know they do teach chemistry in Ireland, don't they?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Now, it's been a long time since you were in the chemistry classroom, I'm sure. Do you happen to know how does the ice, well, like, it's really weird. How does, just putting the salt on the ice, how does that melt the snow? It's like a miracle, isn't it, really? Do you know how it works? Anybody here? Jared, let's give Jared a chance. You think about it, Jim, while he's doing that, okay? Well, how do you think when you throw it really is kind of amazing, eh? It's like the magic of science. You put the salt on the ice and it melts. Yeah. Like, how does it do that? The temperature doesn't change. So we'll give Jared a chance first. You think about it, Jim.
But then the salt will only work at a certain temperature. Because if it's above -5 degrees, the salt won't work on.
Above minus, like were we talking Celsius here or Fahrenheit?
-5 degrees. What's that?
Celsius at home.
Celsius at home.
Yeah, you guys do you use Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Oh, Celsius.
So you're into Celsius. So you're saying, Jim, or sorry, not Jim, this is Jared.
Yep.
That if it's above -5, so like it's say warmer, so -4, -3, -2.
It's above -6, -7.
It was below -5, say.
If it's below -5, it'll work. But if it's above, if the temperature is below -5, it won't work.
Okay, so those negative numbers are confusing, isn't it? So you really meant lower than -5.
Yeah, sorry, my apologies. Yep.
No problem. Now I have those issues too with the negative numbers, you know. So you're saying anything below -5, the salt won't melt it, eh?
That's correct.
Now, what do you think about that, Jim?
Well,
Is that true for you, think?
No, I don't know. I haven't experienced that now, to be honest. But I'm just thinking out loud that it must be some reaction between the sodium and the salt and the water and the ice. Is that what's causing it to melt? You're the expert. You're going to tell us how it's done anyway.
Well, no, you know what? I don't think I will tell you guys because we might want to research this thing. So I'm going to see what the opinion is out there, okay?
Okay.
'Cause you know what? I guarantee you, I should ask people about this. Nobody knows how it works. They just know how it works, and you know what? They probably don't care. Right.
As long as it works. As long as it works.
As long as it works. Okay, so you know what? We're going to just leave that up in the air, and we're going to talk about that more later,
I
okay?
don't think Vince knows.
Meanwhile, I'm going to research the answer.
I think Vince is just, winding us up
I
here.
think Vince is looking for us to tell him the answer.
I actually think Vince, you know what? The snow melted, but then we get the snow here.
Okay. Well, we don't need any salt. Let me ask one other question. Do you guys actually have salt in Ireland? I mean, not for putting on your food, but for melting
Yes,
it.
oh yes.
And we have two kinds: the brown salt and white salt.
Brown salt and white salt. Okay, we'll talk about that more later. Okay, that's another good point. Okay, we better get back on the job here. Eh? We got to work on. So we're not going to use the salt today. We're not going to use the shovel. Probably we're going to go with what's called the snow scoop and the snow blower.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's get